Net capital spending. This is the second part of the total cash flow that we need to calculate for each year of an investment project. What are the main components? So what kind of cash flows belong into this category that we call net capital spending? Typically, this is something that we calculate for year 0, when the project would begin, and the final year. In year 0, there's a big amount of money that is spent, right? We're buying a new fixed asset. For example, it could be a building or a piece of equipment, a laptop, anything that would make the production possible. So we spend money in year 0 on buying such example of fixed asset. And then in the final year, we are going to be selling it. And the money we collect when we sell something is called salvage value. There could also be more than just these two items going on. For example, maybe there is one more thing that's happening in year 0 when the new project would start, and that's selling some existing old asset, right? So maybe we are selling something that's already very old and replacing it with a brand new asset. And then in this case, because we receive money received from selling some old asset, and we spend money to buy a new asset, we need to only consider the difference. What is the net amount of money that would be spent in year 0? From these three, we will only be considering the first and the last one. So both are related to buying the same fixed asset and then selling it when the project ends. Let's look at the following example. A firm wants to buy a new machine which will make production more efficient. It will cost $80,000 to purchase the new machine today. It can get $30,000 for selling the machine when it will be sold in 2 years. What is the net capital spending related to this machine? Okay, so it's a short timeline with year 0, which is today, year 1, and year 2 on it. And we are going to start using the machine today, and we would stop using it after exactly 2 years. So we will be spending $80,000 on buying the machine now, and when we sell it in 2 years, we will get to keep $30,000, right? To answer this question, you actually don't need to find some sort of difference between 80,000 and 30,000. You just separate the two dollar amounts because they occur at different points of time. So for this question, you would say that the project net capital spending in year 0 is $80,000, which is spent, and in 2 years it's $30,000, which is the money received. You don't need to combine them. Okay, so $80,000 is simply the purchase price of the new machine. This is also what we used to call the initial cost or the initial investment. For example, in the previous chapter, chapter 9. Now, what is $30,000 that we get from selling the machine in 2 years? This is actually not simply the sale price. It's not what some buyer would be paying you. It's what we call salvage value. Actually, the most accurate term is the after-tax salvage value. And it reflects more than just the sale price. So let's see what exactly is going on.